Yes, good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, or good evening, wherever you are around the world. It's about 11 o'clock at night where I am, and I have work in the morning. This is going to be fun. Alright, today I'm going to be answering, or now I'm going to be answering, the questions that you guys posed in the video where I said obviously I was going to be going to the event of the premiere, and I was going to be obviously asking developers plenty of questions. I'd like to give a big shout out and thank you to Matt Whitehorn for answering all my questions as awesomely as he did. I've got a lot of notes written down, so I'm going to go through the questions you guys had and then sort of give you the answers on what's going on. And there's just an Australia and New Zealand game playing in the background. This was a 1v1 match between a couple of guys down at the EB Games World Premiere event. So it's a men's match. I wasn't playing, but I would like to say I'm on the winning side, whoever wins. Alright, let's get into your questions from the last video, if I can find them. Which, you're like, Dean, you should have been more prepared. Okay, here we go. So first real question was, will the release date be the same in the UK as in Australia? So I'm pretty sure it's December 15th for Australia. I believe that is going to be the same case in the UK from what I understand. It should be available digitally day one, theoretically everywhere. But there might need to be some confirmation on that, including in the US. Matt said it would definitely launch on Xbox in the US, but they're not sure about PlayStation's launch day yet. That has something to do with the refresh times of the PlayStation Store, if whether or not that should be there. But the physical copy for Australia and the UK and wherever it's launching physically around the world should all be on the same day. Alright, so that answers that one. We've got another question here. Yes, was from Techog Steve. He said, will we be able to import overlays for player and logo creation on the PS4? And will we be able to create TV overlays and set them to different tournaments or countries? Example, the Sky Sports overlay for matches in England and the Fox Sports overlay for matches in Australia. Right. Okay, so you won't actually be able to create your own overlays as in like a TV overlay system, right? But what you will be able to do is customize your team's color of what actually shows up in the scoreboard. So as soon as this review is done, which should be done, like, come on, man, why would you review this decision? Look at this guy, he's like shaking his head. He's going, what did you do there? Why are you reviewing that? Anyway, as you can see, Australia actually has this green color, so you can customize that green color. You can see New Zealand has the gray color, so they're really the only customizable things that can be done in terms of overlays, and you can do all of that in the academy there. Ripping catch right there, I might add. So that is generally how that's going to work. I don't think you'll be able to make your own overlay. That's probably not going to be a feature coming in the future, but for sure that is something that I know a lot of people want. But you can just change your team color. I guess that probably makes more sense anyway for now. Who knows, maybe something magical in the future. There was another thing that got added which I can't show you right now because I did it on another game and I didn't there, but they actually have the Manhattan graph. I'll put up an example of what a Manhattan graph actually is, and you'll know what it is once I'm talking about it. Okay, so this is basically a Manhattan graph. It's just the first image I found on Google. And that is what a Manhattan graph looks like. It obviously shows your overs, the amount of runs you got per over, whether or not there was a wicket in that over. But that has actually been added into the game. So that is one of the cool new features that is added into the stats in the game. This guy got out. I didn't even see how. Totally missed the wicket. Look at this. It's a nice shot that just went straight to mid on there. Alright, another big question I know a lot of people were asking was, is there more than one bowling animation? You know, can you have a slinging action, etc., etc.? The short answer is no. Okay, but this is the long answer. So each bowling type, as in, you know, wrist spin, finger spin, fast, medium, they all have their own set of bowling animations. So there will be different variations on the way they bowl, but you can't actually pick which variation you would like it to bowl all the time. So there might be like one slinging action in there. I don't think there is, but that is probably one thing that could be improved in the future. Matt was telling me that they'd only recently got their in-house mocap studio actually finished. So that is something that, you know, could be coming in future games, because now they do have their own mocap set up. It will be easier for them to actually include more things in the game because they can do everything in-house. They don't have to. Anyway, that's all business side of things, but it is unlikely that will come in a content update in the future or in a patch. Did ask him that question as well. But some of the animations should look and blend a lot better in the new game in comparison to the last game. Sometimes they did look a little bit robotic, so they should look much smoother, much nicer in the brand new game. Now I've got another question asking, would there be a pitch creator within the stadium creator? Now, this is just an easy answer. No, there will not be a pitch creator within the stadium creator. It's just going to be the stadium creator. But there is obviously a number of variations on the pitch, and you can pick that before the game, and you can actually see obviously the pitch conditions before you decide to, you know, bat or bowl with the toss. So that is all in the pre-game stuff now. So I guess that makes it a little bit easier for you to make that sort of decision now. All right. Now this is another really big question. I'm just trying to find exactly who asked this question, because it was a really awesome question, and it has to do with sort of the change in the fielding. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. So, this is from Little Lead Case 01. He says, or she says, we don't know. It says, what changes have been made to the AI in terms of fielding positions? You know, fielding in general and death bowling. Also, has the AI been changed near the end? For example, if a T20 innings, they would bat more aggressively to keep up with the run rate. Alright, so let's ask the first part of that in terms of how the fielding positions work. So, there is a bunch of categorizations of the fields based on the match situation, the match type, so whether it's a test, a one-day, or a T20. The fielding should be set according to that. There's also a bunch of death over field placements as well. There's a wider sort of variety and range of fielding types. So you will obviously have those early innings ones, middle innings, and then your death over innings, ones to prevent boundaries, ones to save singles. Basically, the AI should be more adaptive and alert to the way you are playing and trying to, you know, block your runs as good as they possibly can. So that's one side of that. The other side of the coin, batsmen have also been changed so that they are more aggressive towards the end of 2020 matches, obviously if they had to keep up with the run rate, and that mindset is also dependent on the match type. So in a test match, if there wasn't long in the day, chances are the likelihood is that they're probably going to try and save that test match and not get out. Would make sense, of course, but in a T20 or in those shorter forms of the games, they're definitely going to up that run rate as good as they can to try and win that one. All right, so now I think I've got one more question before we go into career mode questions, and this one is there a possibility of I think it's players getting face scans into the game in the future? The answer I was given was there is a possibility. So whether or not that happens, I'm not expecting it in this game, might be in the next game, might be in 2 games from now, but the possibility is out there that there might be sort of, you know, face scans in the future of the game. That is a big possibility. Alright, so let's get into some career mode questions. I will have a full-scale, in-depth career mode video. It'll go for about half an hour or so, coming over the next day or so, and that is going to be very, very good. So I do recommend you subscribe and stay tuned for that one. But let's just get into some quick career mode questions. The first one is there World Cups in career mode? I feel like everyone really wants to know this question. I kind of showed that off in the trophy video, and the answer is yes. Yes, or no, there won't be World Cups because obviously that's a licensed event, but there will be World Championships in career mode. There is also Tri-Series, so you will place off against two other sides.
Pretty good innings.
Whoever's on top of the table at the end of the Tri-Series wins, or maybe they play for the final. Might be dependent on that. There's also 5-way tournaments every 2 years. So you'll play off against, I think, 5 other teams. So there might be a total of 6, I believe, or could be a total of 5, but I think it's 6. And obviously those will only happen to you once you are an international player. You're not going to be getting that while you're at club level, because yes, there is club level now, or at state level. It will only be as an international player once you work your way up from there. Now, another big thing, and this is probably the final real question that I got answered, was you know, how will players sort of and teams get selected in career mode? And again, I will cover this in more detail in my career mode video that is upcoming. But we've also got that obviously players will retire from career mode if you're not in form and you drop below, you know, a certain amount of things. You can actually get dropped from your international side, so you're not always going to be guaranteed a spot in that international side. There's no set marker for when that happens. You know, in your career, if you start off at club level, you can see a number of those players who played with you at that local club rise with you towards the international level. So not only are you going to be competing against the players already in the international side, but these rising players that are coming up alongside you to get into that team, which I think is really good. And with that in mind, there is a dynamic selection with the way the teams are picked. So it's no longer you pick a specific batting position 1 through 11. You now pick sort of a range of batting positions, whether it's top order, middle order, lower order, or tail end. You do actually pick which position, or which sort of section of positions you are going to be batting in. So you're not necessarily going to take the position of the number 4 batsman. You'll probably take, you know, if 3 through 6 is the middle order here, which 3 is generally top order, but 3 through 6 is the middle order. You know, the number 3 batsman's in good form, the number 4 batsman's in good form. You've been playing really good at number 3. They might put you in at number 5 or number 6. Because those players might not be playing as well. So it obviously does make a lot more sense from that point of view. And yeah, I think that's a lot better because the question that I think got answered there was, you know, you're not going to be replacing a top class player if you know, are taking their position because you have that spot in the batting order. And that was from Arthur Summers, where he said, you know, if you've been playing at number 3, and there's obviously Joe Root at number 3, who's one of the best players, will the game play you at, you know, number 4 or lower to accommodate the better players? Obviously, yes, with that dynamic selection being involved there. So, very, very good questions, you guys. I did my best to answer as many of them as I possibly could. I hope I answered a lot of the questions as well as I could have. Again, big thanks to Matt for answering those questions for me. He did a really awesome job. And yeah, I reckon you guys can just take a look at the end of this game, because I think it's a pretty close game in the end. 44 required off 21. That is in the bottom left-hand side of the screen here, and that actually, in a test match, it will say leads by, it will say trails by. So you're always going to know the match situation now. It's not going to get off the screen, take it away, and you won't know what's going on. You're always going to know exactly what you need off how many balls, and it's not going to, you know, get away really, really quickly. So That is definitely something that I think is obviously helpful here. But yeah, let me know if you want to ask me any more questions that I might have answers to. I'll try to do them in a number of my videos to come. But for sure, yeah, enjoy, because I'm going to leave you guys with the end of this match. And I hope you enjoy it. So leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And let me know in the comments if you want me to try and answer any more questions. I do have a ton more gameplay to upload over the coming days. So career mode video might be the next one that gets done. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you all very soon.
Well, that reaffirms the umpire's decision. It stands. Not out.
Tries to drive that, but mistimes.
Well and truly beaten by the bowler there. Wide ball.
Going to bowl that one again. Wide.
Sterling moves to 5. Ends the over. Australia 1 for 8.
Swings and misses.
Didn't see that one coming. Didn't see it at all. Couldn't straighten that delivery up. It's a wide.
Needs to bowl that again. It's a wide.
And this is in the air. Oh, cracking shot that. That's 4 runs. The fielders will need to chase this one. That's a good boundary. That goes for 4. What a good shot.
Quick to react and takes it.
Gone. Great reflex catch there. It's always tough with the ball coming at you that fast. Wiley has their first ball to face here.
Got out fast and they got in. What a shame.
And another. 2 balls, 2 wickets.
Coming in now to bowl a hat-trick ball.
This is high. Mercer on fire. Straight away. That's 6. Exciting over there. 2 wickets fall and some big scoring shots as well. Australia 3 for 27. And there's air on this.
Oh, the batsman not able to connect there.
The bowler beats the bat there. moves on to 8. It's in the air. Good effort, 4 runs. The bowler's going to be looking to exploit this lapse in concentration from the batsman.
Well, just the lack of concentration there.
That's a wide.
Well, this batsman usually does much better. This is a massive wicket.
Oh, great catch. Quick reactions and takes it. Superb catching in close.
What a nice catch.
Is the new batsman.
Found the edge on the last ball and will feel like they've got the batsman worried.
The fielders are after this.
Well, that was a good example of what cricket's all about. Plenty of twists and turns in a tight finish.
And that's the match. Australia chased down this total, but it looked like either team could have won it. Well, that's all the cricket, for now at least. We hope to see you again soon, but for now, it's goodbye.